At least 120 abusers have died nationwide, but most of them in places you'd hardly suspect. CBS's Cynthia Bowers went to the front lines for tonight's Eye on America.
Lee County is miles off the beaten path, a corner of Virginia wedged between Tennessee and Kentucky, a snapshot of Appalachia. But now that picture is clouded by a drug that has injected itself into every aspect of life here.
These pills, I mean, they're killing our people in our county and our communities.
Major Jimmy Woodard has seen plenty of drug abuse, but he's never seen anything take hold like Oxycodone.
It's worse than any disease that I could think of, cancer, AIDS. I mean, it's just like an epidemic.
Robberies are up 90%. 5 deaths in this sparsely populated county have been linked to the drug in the last 6 months. And despite reports of an overdose every other day, nothing is slowing the abuse of the synthetic morphine. 1/3 of high school juniors, 1 in 10 7th graders say they have at least tried what they call oxys.
Where were these pills coming from?
They're everywhere. And the people you never would imagine that does them.
Recovering addict Todd Williams says whether from dealers or doctors, it was alarmingly easy to get his hands on what is supposed to be a tightly controlled narcotic.
It's a big game. When there's people younger than me, they can go to the doctor and say, their knees are messed up, or their back's messed up, and getting oxys, and there's something bad wrong there.
But the epidemic of abuse that started in rural communities like this one seems to be spreading. At such an alarming rate, the drug's maker finds itself in the unprecedented position of trying to justify a pill many say is just too potent.
This is a drug that's an angel of death or an angel of life, depending on how it's used.
Virginia's Attorney General, along with those in a growing number of states, says the manufacturer has an obligation to help stem the abuse.
It does have an abuse potential. We've known that for years. We've been very actively educating physicians and other healthcare practitioners on appropriate selection criteria to get the right drug to the right patients.
Purdue Pharma reportedly spent $26 million last year educating doctors as to the wonders of Oxycontin. It now outsells Viagra, but Art Van Zee, who's practiced medicine here 25 years, believes the drug was over-promoted and is now being over-prescribed.
They've very heavily marketed to the extent that no other narcotic's ever been marketed.
Purdue Pharma says it's just getting the word out about a breakthrough medication that abuse is the problem, not the drug. But in places like Lee County, it's become increasingly hard to separate the promise from the pain. In Pennington Gap, Virginia, I'm Cynthia Bowers for Eye on America.
In the growing list of potential medical risks and benefits for women taking estrogen,